Day 3 in Iceland. We thought we'd kick it old school like we did back in college when it comes to sustenance. Good old-fashioned ramen noodle. Considering how cold it was outside, this was a fine breakfast indeed. We got on the road and headed northeast on the ring road. On the way there, we crossed a school of sheeps, and Rob got the chance to summon his inner sheep herder to shoo them off the road. Good job, buddy. He was pretty excited to do that. About an hour later, we had, screw it, I can't say that word, it's whatever. Apparently, it's even difficult for Icelanders to pronounce. The hike up is arduous, but you do get rewarded to a top view of the waterfall as it dips into the winding river inside this canyon. You can see from this view that the edge is roped off to prevent tourists from falling over the cliff, but also to protect the sensitive vegetation. You see that girl on the right who ignored the ropes? Well, her and two of her friends got busted. There was a female security agent there that corralled them, and I'm assuming gave them a fine. Hope that Instagram photo was worth it. Anyways, this river is about 2 kilometers long and is a result of a forceful glacial river moving through this canyon approximately 10,000 years ago. It truly is a magnificent canyon, and I do recommend a visit if you have the time. Just please respect the signs so that other tourists can enjoy this beautiful canyon. It was time to get back on the road and head further east. We were going to hit up Svartifoss, which is also known as Black Falls, but we saw this beautiful stream on the way there and decided to pull over. This place doesn't have a name that I know of, but we were being spontaneous, so we pulled over to relax and enjoy this oasis. I have to admit, the aerial view is amazing. We got back on the ring road and headed further east. It was close to noon, so we figured we'd need a stop just to get lunch. We stopped by this restaurant known as Sister Coffee. It was very well reviewed on Google Maps, and so we figured we'd go in there for lunch. It's a good stop to recharge. The food is good. The waitresses were very nice, and the cup of coffee sublime. The delicious lunch stop provided us the energy needed for this long hike to Svartifoss. Inside this national park that we're hiking is Svartifoss, also known as Black Falls. The waterfall tumbles down about 20 meters over a cliff which is bordered on both sides by tall, black basalt columns, resembling pipes of a giant organ, which is where the waterfall gets its name. These basalt columns have provided inspiration for Icelandic architects, most visibly in the Hallgrímskirkja church in Reykjavik. From there, we hiked back to the car and got on the road. This road has to be the most potholed road of any road I've ever driven on. The Suzuki took a beating that day. but we made it to our destination, Svinafellsjokull. This is a glacier tongue spurting off from Iceland's largest glacier in Europe. This glacier has also gained fame as an attraction after this fascinating site was selected as a location for Game of Thrones Season 7 to represent North of the Wall. This glacier is an excellent but concerning example of how climate change is steadily affecting the glaciers in Iceland. Over the last decade, this glacier has been receding dramatically. Many trees have been planted in the area to help absorb carbon dioxide around the glaciers, but tragically, many scientists believe that this is too little too late. It's still an amazing area and reminds me of Superman's Fortress of Solitude. We got back on the road, and if there's any recommendation that I can give to you about driving the ring road, it's take every stop that you can to fill up on gas, because you never know when the next one's going to be available. Next stop, Jökulsárlón, also known as Glacier's River Lagoon. This has become one of Iceland's most popular attractions due to its stunning beauty and extremely clear water. The ice chunks lying in it resembles diamonds glistening in the sun. This area has become one of Iceland's most popular filming locations. The lagoon is formed naturally from melted glacial water and is perpetually growing, while chunks of ice crumble from the ever-shrinking glacier. As a result, the lagoon and the nearby glacier tongue are even more special, as they will look different each time you pay them a visit. The icebergs that you see there, they're basically broken away from the glacier. They're slowly melting and are drifting out to sea. We got back on the road and headed towards Hofn, which is an Icelandic fishing town in the southeastern part of the country. It's a small town with about 2,000 people, with fishing as the main economic activity. There's a cliff on the edge of town that you can walk to. It offers a very scenic view of the ocean as well as the town. This is as far east as we'll go, so we got an Airbnb to crash. We'll be heading west on the ring road, but we'll be taking an alternate route back to Reykjavik. As always, if you find this information useful or entertaining, please like and subscribe to my channel for the latest updates.